It was supposed to be a quiet Friday night, a simple babysitting job for a family just outside of town. 20-year-old Sarah Jensen had been watching the Thompsons' 2 kids for over a year now. They were sweet kids, it was an easy paycheck, and the house, nestled at the edge of the woods, was cozy. Nothing about that night felt unusual, until it did. The Thompsons left around 7 p.m. for their anniversary dinner, leaving Sarah in charge of 7-year-old Emma and 4-year-old Noah. By 9:30, the kids were fast asleep upstairs. Sarah settled onto the couch with a cup of cocoa, scrolling through her phone. The old house creaked and groaned with the storm, but she was used to its quirks. Then her phone buzzed. It was Mrs. Thompson. "Hey," Sarah said cheerfully. "Everything's fine. They're asleep." But Mrs. Thompson's voice was strange, breathless. "Sarah, is everything okay there?" "Yeah, of course," Sarah replied, a knot of confusion forming in her stomach. "Why?" There was a pause. Then Mrs. Thompson whispered, "Because someone just called my husband's phone from your house line." Sarah froze. "What?" "No one's here but me and the kids." A faint sound from upstairs made her turn towards the staircase footsteps. "Hold on," she whispered. "I think maybe the kids," but Mrs. Thompson cut her off, her voice sharp. "Sarah, don't go upstairs. Stay on the phone with me." The wind howled outside. "It's probably just Noah," Sarah insisted, trying to stay calm. "He wakes up sometimes." "No." Mrs. Thompson's voice was now trembling. "Sarah, both kids are with us." The room seemed to tilt. "What?" Sarah gasped. "We came back early," Mrs. Thompson explained, her words rushing out. "We didn't see you when we got in. They're both asleep in the car right now." "Sarah, who's in the house with you?" Sarah's phone slipped from her hand. The sound from upstairs stopped. She snatched the phone back up. "Mrs. Thompson called the police. Right now." "I'm already doing it," she replied. "Just get out, Sarah. Get out of the house." Sarah fumbled with the front door lock. It was jammed. She tried the deadbolt stuck. Then she heard it, a faint sound echoing from the hallway. Tap, tap, tap. A fingernail tapping lightly against the wall. Slowly, deliberately, a creak echoed from above. Sarah glanced up. Her heart stopped. A shadow was moving across the upstairs landing, pacing back and forth. "He's upstairs," she whispered into the phone. "I can see him." "Sarah," Mrs. Thompson urged, "get out through the kitchen door, now." Sarah ran. But as she reached the kitchen door, she froze. The glass pane reflected something behind her, a tall, thin figure standing silently in the hallway. She whipped around the hall, was empty. Then, from the counter, a sound made her blood run cold. Noah's baby monitor crackled to life. A whisper, faint but clear, came through the speaker. "Don't hang up." Sarah grabbed the monitor, her hands shaking. "Who is this?" Static. Then the whisper again. "He's right behind you." The phone slipped from her hand as she turned, and there, reflected in the kitchen window, was the faint outline of a person standing directly behind her shoulder. The last thing Mrs. Thompson heard before the line cut off was Sarah's terrifying scream, then silence. When the Thompsons burst through the front door, the house was cold and dark. Sarah's phone lay on the floor, its screen cracked. The baby monitor on the kitchen counter was still on. As Mrs. Thompson picked it up, a faint voice whispered through the static, "Help me." The police arrived minutes later. They found no sign of Sarah, no signs of a beacon, just her phone, a spilled cup of cocoa, and a trail of muddy footprints leading to the basement door. Down in the damp, cold basement, behind a pile of children's toys, they found Sarah's bag and keys, and then they heard it. That same, slow tapping, seeming to come from inside a solid concrete wall. A muffled voice cried out, "Help, please, I'm here." It was Sarah. They frantically broke through the wall, revealing a narrow black tunnel. An officer crawled inside. "Sarah, can you hear me?" A faint sob answered him. "Please, help me, it's dark." He crawled farther, his flashlight flickering. Then, suddenly, the radio crackled and died. The sobbing stopped. He backed out of the tunnel, his face pale. "She's gone." When they shone the light back into the space, the tunnel was no longer there. The wall was smooth, solid stone again, as if it had never been broken. Sarah Jensen was never seen again. But 3 nights later, Mrs. Thompson's phone rang. An unknown number, she answered. Static filled the line, and then, faintly, came Sarah's voice. "Mrs. Thompson, please tell the kids to stop playing with the phone." The call was traced. It came from the house landline, the same one that had been disconnected the night Sarah disappeared.